the Always Believe House. Oh, today you're going to learn about arithmetic and geometric sequences. You don't even know what that is, but it's going to be F-U-N, fun, fun, fun. Oh. So let's get going. A magical whiteboard appears, and you are going to learn what an arithmetic and a geometric sequence is. A sequence uses the first term instead of the y-intercept to write the equation. It's basically the big difference. So like in an equation, you would have y equal mx plus b. The b would be the zero term, right? That would be your initial amount or your starting amount, right? A sequence uses a, the first term, okay? So you're going to find that out as we go through this, okay? The big deal right here is this. That's the formula for an arithmetic sequence, okay? Notice that it uses the first term and the d is the common difference. So to do an arithmetic sequence, you're going to write a to the n equals, this will be your first term, then you do plus, and then you do n minus 1, and then the common difference goes here. That's all you got to do, people. This is a piece of cake. This isn't hard, okay? And then using this, you can plug in for the number of term you want and get that term, okay? So let's go through this. This part right here is very simple. Write the next three terms. I'm only going to do one for you. Right here, if you look, we're adding 7, aren't we? Okay, so if I do 22 plus 7, I get 29. If I add 7 to that, I get 36. If I add 7 to that, I get 43. You could use your calculator, just keep putting plus 7 and hit enter, couldn't you? So all you have to do on those is just get the next three. That's a piece of cake. Now then, let's go to the next one. Okay, on this one here, we're going to write down the formula. So remember, on your formula, you're going to write down a to the n equals a to the 1 plus n minus 1 and the common difference. You're going to fill in this blank and this blank, okay? That's all you have to do. So on this one right here, this is my first term. That's my A1. Now I got to get my common difference. You can pick any two, but it looks like if I do negative 6.6 minus negative 5.4, I'm going to get negative 1.2. So that right there is my common difference, or D. Okay, so we're going to write down a to the n equals, the first term is negative 5 4/10 plus, put n minus 1, and then my common difference is put parentheses, negative 1.2. That's all you have to do. Now then, this is kind of backwards because the negative 1.2 is at the end. Now then, it wants us to find the 10th term. So to do that, I'm going to write down a to the 10 equals negative 5.4 plus, and I'm going to change that not n to 10. So it's going to be 10 minus 1 parentheses, negative 1.2. Type that into the calculator as is. So negative 5.4 plus, close parentheses, is it 10 minus 1? 10 minus 1, close parentheses, and then parentheses, my common difference is negative 1.2, negative 1.2. I use parentheses there because of that negative. Normally you wouldn't put the parentheses around the 1.2. Hit enter, and bing, ding, 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 ding. My 10th term would be negative 16 2/10. That's all you have to do. So my 10th term is negative 16 2/10. Now then, this is kind of hard. This is the only decimal, so that's kind of hard. I'm going to do two more for you. Let's do number 9. Okay, on number 9, this is my a to the 1. My common difference, if I look at that, is going to be 4, right? So I'm going to write down a to the n equals, my first term is 6 plus, put n minus 1, and my common difference is 4. That's all you have to do. And then I'm going to write down a to the 10 equals 6 plus 10 minus 1 times 4. Type that as is into the calculator. This is a lot easier because on the other one we had to do math to get the common difference. So go to your calculator. 6 plus parentheses 10 minus 1, close parentheses, was it 4? It was 4. Notice I don't have to use a parentheses around that 4 because it's not negative. Hit enter, boom, I get 42. So my 10th term is going to be 42. That's all you have to do. Piece of cake. Really quickly on this one, this is my first term, so a to the n equals 9 over 4 plus n minus 1. Close parentheses. Now then my common difference, if I look at this, the denominator's not changing, but the top number's 2. It's going to be 2/4 or a negative 2/4, right? Which would be a negative 1/2. Okay, so my common difference is negative 1/2. So you're going to change the n to 10 and type that into the calculator and get the answer, okay? That's an arithmetic sequence. Pretty simple stuff. Okay, a geometric sequence is like an exponential function. You are multiplying to get to the next number. It doesn't graph a linear equation. It graphs a exponential curve that increases, or an exponential decay that decreases. Okay, so really quickly. Okay, to figure out if it's a common difference, look at what you're doing. If you go to here, you're multiplying by 3, aren't you? Do I keep multiplying by 3? That works. 18 times 54, check. This is a geometric sequence. Let's go to the next one. If I go from 5 to 10, I need to do 5 times 2, don't I? So if I do 10 times 2, do I get to 20? The 15 doesn't work. That would be an arithmetic sequence, doesn't it? So a geometric sequence means you are multiplying, not adding, to get to the next number. So now then, you're just going to go through these and see if they're geometric sequences. I'm going to do one for you. From 2 to 4, I'm multiplying by 2, aren't I? Is 4 times 2 the next number? 4 times 2 is not 6. This is not geometric. If it works, just put a check mark, okay? You could do number 2. Well, let's do number 2 because it's negative positive. So from a negative 4 to a negative 8, I need to do negative 4 times negative 2, don't I? If I do that, I get a positive 8, don't I? If I do 8 times negative 2, I get to negative 16, don't I? And then if I do negative 16 times negative 2, I get to positive 32, don't I? So check mark, this works, and the common difference is negative 2 in it. On the next one, I'm going to do this because it's getting smaller. If it gets smaller, you are not dividing, you're still multiplying. You are going to multiply this from here to here by 1/2. Don't put divide by 2. You common product means you're multiplying. Or common, the common ratio, okay? So the next one, it's 16 times 1/2. Is that equal to 8? Check. Is 8 times 1/2 equal to 4? Check. Yes, it is. And the common difference, or the common ratio, I think they use common ratio here. The common ratio is 1/2, okay? Now then, let's keep going down. Find the common ratio in the next 3 terms. I'm going to do one problem for you. Let me do number 4. So from 1/4 to 1/2. How can it's getting bigger in it, okay? And it's multiplying by 2 over 1. So if I multiply by 2, I get the 1/2. If I do 1/2 times 2, I get the 1, don't I? And if I do the 1 times 2, I get the 2, don't I? Now then, the next 3 terms, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, and then 8 times 2 is 16, and put R equals, the common ratio is 2. So you're going to write down the next 3 terms and write down R equals. You're going to do that on all of them, okay? So you need to write down the next 3 blanks, and you put R equals. You need to figure out that common ratio, okay? Turn the page! This is the formula for the geometric sequence, okay? It's a little bit different. So you're going to have a to the n equals, notice you're using the first term, okay? Not the 0 term. In the geometric functions, you use the 0 term. We're using the first term. And then the R is your common ratio, and then it's n minus 1 for your exponent, okay? So this will make it grow exponentially or decay exponentially. So let's go down to here. We're going to write down the formula and get the answer. So we're going to write down a to the n equals, my first term is 7, and then I'm going to use the common ratio, use parentheses as -2, and then put in n minus 1. Now then, I want to know the a to the 10th. So I'm going to have 7 parentheses, -2, and then 10 minus 1. I'm going to type this as is into the calculator. And then that's going to give me my answer. Okay, so it is 7, -2, and 10 minus 1. So 7 parentheses, -2 is my common ratio, control x squared, not control x squared, or I'm sorry, just the x, nope. It's the caret button, I'm sorry. Jiminy crickets. Okay, so the caret button, and then I'm going to type in 10 minus 1. So 7 parentheses, -2, hit the caret button to get the exponent, 10 minus 1, hit enter, and boom, -3584. Okay, so my 10th term would be -3584. Piece of cake, okay? Going to repeat the process on the last 3. Very simple lesson here. If you need any help, message your teacher. Remember, you are amazing, you were created to do wonderful things, and you are awesome.